Now let's see the remaining pattern of questions that are asked based on the concepts of equal installments. So let's move to the next example. What annual installment will discharge a debt of rupees 2360 due in 4 years at 12% simple interest? So let's see. Now please understand what is meant by this question. A debt due in 4 years at 12% simple interest. It means that you have taken certain loan, you have taken some loan, and this loan was supposed to be paid after 4 years because it is said it is due in 4 years. Nobody is asking you to pay in installment. You have taken a loan and that loan was to be paid after 4 years, and the total amount that you were required to pay then was 2360. So this was due. So you have taken some loan. The person who have given loan to you, he told you that after 4 years you simply return this amount to me. This much you simply return to me after 4 years. This is the commitment you have made while taking the loan. Now the question is, you have changed your mind. You can think it this way, that you don't want to pay at once. In one single payment you don't want to pay. You want to pay it through installments, 4 annual installments. You don't want to wait for entire 4 years. So 4 annual installments is what you want to pay back. X, 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 X. So this you have paid at the end of first year. At the end of first year, this much is what you are paying. This you are paying at the end of second year. So at the end of second year. This you are paying at the end of third year. And this at the end of fourth year. Now please understand something. This money that you have returned will remain in the system for 3 more years, because the commitment that you have made was of 4 years. So this money that you are returning him back, he still has opportunity to invest for remaining 3 years, because the commitment period was of 4 years. So there is an opportunity that this amount X will earn simple interest at 12% per annum for the coming 3 months. Sorry, for coming 3 years, because 3 more years are remaining as per the commitment. Commitment was of 4 years. So if you understand carefully, instead of paying amount this way, you are using another method. What method? You have already paid him X. Now this X, this payment X is not X, this is also X plus 3 annual interest, 3 years of interest on this X. Fine. Plus, so total amount that you are paying him back. So let me move to a new slide. So effectively speaking, the total amount that you are going to pay back, total payback is equal to X plus 3 years of interest. 3 years of interest plus next year again you have paid X plus 2 years of interest, because this installment that you are paying back at the end of second year, this will fetch you interest for coming 2 years, because system is of 4 years. 2 more years are remaining, so you have opportunity to invest the second installment for 2 more years. So X plus 2 years of installment. Similarly, third installment X, this can be invested for 1 more year, so 1 year of interest. Last installment X, so that ends the loan. You don't have opportunity to invest this. So this is the total payback you have made, 4x plus 6 years of 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6 years of interest on X. Don't say 4x. X. 6 years of interest on X. So this is how you have paid back the amount of 2360. So this must be equal to 2360. Instead of paying 2360 in one single payment, you have taken this mathematical approach. So X, you can say X is 100% of itself. X is 100% of itself. So if you take a shortcut approach, things become very, very easy. Please understand, anything represents 100% of itself. So what you are doing? So end of year 1, end of first year, you returned X. This X will earn interest for 3 years. So at the rate of 12%. So 12 3s are 36. So you returned 100%. This 100% will still earn you 36% of profit. End of year 2, end of second year, you again returned X, and this will earn you profit or interest for 2 years. So 12 into 2, another 24%. So another 24%. Similarly, third installment, 100% of X. So this will bring interest for 1 year. So 12%. Last installment of X. So 100. So if you see carefully, so 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100, 400, 36 plus 24, 60 plus 12, 72. So you can say 472% of X, 472% of X must be equal to the loan that was due, must be equal to 2360. So let's solve the value of X. So 472 by 100 into X is equal to 2360. So let's find the value of X. So 2360 into 100 by 472. So yes, 236 2 times. So 5. So X comes out to be equal to 500. Now let's take this example. Find the amount of equal installment, annual payment of which will discharge a debt of 848 due in 4 years at 4% of simple interest. So this again is a case of installment in case of simple interest. So something which you are supposed to pay 4 years later. So this you are supposed to pay 4 years later, 848. But what you are doing? Instead of waiting for 4 years, you start to pay in installments. So X plus 3 years of interest, this X will bring you 2 years of interest, and this X will bring 1 year of interest. So the money that you have returned back is still capable of earning money. So consider X to be 100% of itself. What is the rate of simple interest? 4%. So this X that you have returned will earn interest for another 3 years. So for another 3 years it will get you 4%. So 4 into 3, 12%. So 100%, and this 100% will bring you another 12%. So this is first installment of X. Second installment, you return X, that means 100% of X, and this second installment have opportunity to earn profit or earn interest for coming 2 years. So in coming 2 years, so 4 into 2, 8% more you are going to earn. So because of third installment you gave back X again, so 100% of X. This is the third installment, and this third installment can earn interest for coming 1 year. So 4%. Now this is your fourth installment. So fourth installment is X, and fourth installment ends the story. So that means it does not have opportunity to earn interest. So you can see 100 plus 100 plus 100, 400, 424. So 424% of X should be equal to 848. So let's see, let's find the value of X. So 424 percentage, that means divided by 100 into X is equal to 848. So 424 and 848, they cancel each other out 2 times. So X comes out to be equal to 200. Let's move to next one. Same concept. Find the amount of debt that will be discharged by 5 equal installments of 200 each if the debt is due in 5 years at 5% per annum. So this time we know what we are doing. We are paying 5 installments of 200 each. 200 each, 5 installments. So this 200 will earn 5 years of interest. Sorry, 4 years of interest, because only 4 more years remains. So 4 years of interest. That means 20% extra. So 20% as interest. 20% of what? 200. Similarly, this 200 can earn interest for next 3 years. So 5% into 3, 15% of 200. Similarly, this will earn interest for coming 2 years at the rate of 5%. So 10%. Similarly, this will get you a interest of 5%, and this is the final, this is the end. So the total money that you are effectively paying him is 2,200 into 5 plus 20 plus 15, 35, 35 plus 10, 45, 45 plus 5, 50% plus 50% of 200. So this is the total amount that you are paying him back if you understand carefully. 200, 200, 200, 200, 200. So this was for 5 installment. So that's why 200 into 5. And this is the sum total of interest. This is the sum total of interest, because 20% is earned on first installment, 15% is earned on second installment, and so on. So this is the total, effectively total payback. So this is total payback. So that must be equal to debt due in future. Instead of paying it in one installment, this is the approach that you are taking. So this is equal to 1000 plus 50% of 200, that is equal to 100. So this is equal to 1100. Now let's take this one. A cell phone is available for rupees 600 or for rupees 300 cash down payment together with rupees 360 to be paid after 2 months. Find the rate of interest charged under the scheme. So what, again we have solved a similar question. So let's see this again. So the original price is rupees 600, but you are making a down payment of only rupees 300. So down payment of rupees 300 means balance amount, or you can say loan balance, is equal to rupees 300. So you can say that you have taken a loan of rupees 300, and what did you do to repay that loan? So this got repaid when you paid back rupees 360 after 2 months. So this is what you came out of when you are coming out of the shop. So effectively speaking, you have taken a loan of rupees 300 from the shopkeeper, and you would return this loan after 2 months. So after 2 months, and how much are you returning back? So you are returning back rupees 360. So you can say that rupees 60 is interest, generated on rupees 300 at r% simple interest, because if nothing is mentioned you have to assume this to be simple interest. R% simple interest in 2 months. Please remember, he has returned the amount not after 1 year but after 2 months. So let's apply the mathematics. So you can say that interest is equal to P into R into T by 100. So let's put the values here. So interest earned is rupees 60, principal is 300, rate we have to find out. So R, time is 2 months. So 2 months is equal to 1/6 of the year. So time is 1/6. So 1/6 divided by 100. So we have to find the value of R. So R is equal to 120. So 120%. Okay, now let's see this one. Hira Lal gave a loan of rupees 20 to Ram Lal and recovered it at a rate of rupees 3.5 for 8 months, commencing from the end of first month. What is the effective rate of simple interest? So in 8 installment, this guy has gotten back money. So he lent rupees 20. What is the total money he got back? So loan given was rupees 20. Total payback 8 installments. So 8 into 3.50. So this comes out to be how much? So 14 2s are so 28. So rupees 28. Therefore you can see that net earning, we have to find the effective rate. We don't have to find the actual simple interest. See, please understand, there is difference between actual and effective. So the net earning that you have witnessed, so net earning in 8 months, so you give rupees 20 but you get back rupees 28. That means net earning in 8 months is equal to rupees 28 minus rupees 20. So that is equal to rupees 8. So you can say rupees 8 was earned as SI on rupees 20 for 8 months. So this is what has actually happened, that you lent out rupees 20 and this rupees 20 has fetched you an interest of rupees 8, and that too in 8 months. So let the rate be equal to R. So let rate be equal to R%. So we can say that interest is equal to P into R into T by 100. So here T is equal to 8 months and 8 months is equal to 2/3 of an year. So time is equal to 2/3. So let's substitute the values. Interest earned rupees 8, original deposit rupees 20. So 8 is equal to P 20, rate we don't know, time 2/3 of a year. So 2/3 divided by 100. So let's find out R. So 25 times, so 2 4s are, so 4, so R comes out to be equal to 60%. Please understand, we were not supposed to find the real rate, we were supposed to find the effective rate. That means overall average, on an average, what this person has witnessed. Now let's see this one. So Samsung mobile phone is available for rupees 2500 cash or rupees 520 cash down payments followed by 4 equal installments. If the rate of interest charged is 25% per annum, simple interest. So please remember this is a case of simple interest. 4 equal installments. So we have to calculate the monthly installment. So this is a case of monthly installment. So let's find out what is being conveyed. So the original value of the phone is rupees 2500. The down payment made is rupees 520. So the original story or the loan amount, the actual loan amount. So 2500 was the original price, but you have made a down payment of rupees 520. You could not pay the remaining amount. So what is that remaining amount? So that remaining amount is, effectively speaking, is the loan that you have taken from the shopkeeper. So what is the loan that you took from this shopkeeper? So this comes out to be rupees 1980. So you can consider this is the loan that you have taken from the shopkeeper. What is the rate of interest? Rate of interest. So rate is equal to 25%. Please mind this is per annum. Per annum. Since you are paying this in monthly installments, so you can take this approach, rate per month. Per month, because the person who has given loan to you, he is doing his calculation on monthly basis. So for him, annual rate is not that important. Actually, the monthly rate is important. So rate per month. So 25% for the entire year. So for 1 month, 25 by 12%. Fine. So we are paying this back in 4 equal installments. So effectively speaking, we took a loan of this much. We have to pay back an interest of this much per month. So let's solve this. So let's suppose the 4 monthly installments that you are going to give back to this guy is equal to x. So as per the guy's calculation, as per his calculation, this is the loan that you have taken. So this much you have to definitely pay. Plus, for the next month, he will tell you, now please pay me interest on this amount. Interest for 1 month. Interest for 1 month. Now, if you take smart approach, you can reach the answers easily. 25% is equal to 1/4 of something. 1/4 of anything. So if 25% of interest is paid, it means 1/4 you have to pay back, but 1/4 for entire year. So for 1 month, effective rate of interest was 12 times of this, 12. So it means every month rate is equal to 25 by 12%. So that is equal to 25 by 100 into 12. So that is equal to 1 by 48. So 1 by 48 of anything. So if you have taken a loan of 1980, so rate per month is 25 by 12%. So 25 by 12% basically means 1 by 48 of anything. So if after 1 month, if you will ask the shopkeeper, please tell me how much interest for this month are you expecting from me? So he will tell me that last month you took a loan of 1980. This is the rate of interest per month that I am charging, which is basically 1 by 48 of what you have taken. So please pay me please pay me interest. How much? 1 by 48 of this much. Fine. Now he pays back X to him. So he pays back X to him, that means he will readjust. He will tell you that now you owe me only this much. So the next interest will be calculated on this. So 1 by 40th of this much. So 1980 minus X by 40th. Why we are dividing by 48? Because rate of interest is 25 by 12% per month. So which is equal to 1 by 40th of something. So at the end of 2 months, he is expecting this total amount from you. Now what you did? You paid the second installment. So he tells you that till now, so you took this much loan from me, till now you have already paid this much. So the next monthly interest he will calculate will be based on this value. So 1 by 40th of this value. Now again you are paying this installment, so again he will readjust. So plus 1980 minus 3x by 48, and next month the story gets over. So next month there is no concept of interest adding. So this is the total money he expects from you. So this is the total money he expects from you. So 1980 plus 1980 by 48 plus 1980 by 48 minus x by 48 plus 1980 by 48 minus 2x by 48 plus 1980 by 48 minus 3x by 48. This is the total money he expects from you. And what you have paid him? So x plus x plus x plus x. So you have paid him this much. So these two amounts have to be equal. So let's solve this. If you take 48 as common, so 48 into this much, 49, 50, 51, 52. So this is 1980 into 52 minus x, 3x, 6x. So minus 6x. So this must be equal to 4x. So let's solve this. So 1980 into 52 divided by 48 is equal to how much? If you take it that side, so 4x plus 6x by 48. So I am taking this here now. So leave it as it is. So 1980 into 52 divided by 48 must be equal to, so 48 into 4, 192. So 198x by 48. Now this 48 and this 48 gets cancelled. This 198 and this 1980 gets cancelled. So x comes out to be equal to 520. So this means we have to pay monthly installments of 520. So if you are not comfortable with this funda divided, see why we take this approach. If you took this approach, you can see that things get cancelled out. So always try to convert percentage into fractions. We have already seen, a couple of examples in which if you learn to convert percentage into fractions, you trust me, you are going to gain speed, at least in half of the type of questions that you expect from simple. Wherever percentage is involved, you have an opportunity to save time. So if you learn to convert percentages into fractions, so that is a great thing to do.